Snake Lady slithers away, and the headmaster walks to the office in which the headmaster does headmaster things. The various teachers have been filtering out, and the professor in yellow sits and drinks his hot chocolate.
I want to walk up to the professor in yellow, and I want to apologize.
I will remember this also.
Thank you, sir.
And I will also see you later, probably tomorrow, or maybe the day after. Does anybody want to interact with Barnaby Seltzer, who is still here, or Gambino from Bali? They are the only two members of staff still here in the Great Hall.
I'd probably say hi to Barnaby before I go, maybe explore a little bit before going to the dorm.
What's up, kid?
Well, just saying hello.
Oh, yeah. Hi. How you doing? Good to see that you got here fine.
Oh, yeah.
No magic explosions and nothing. No fireworks going off at odd intervals during the train ride, of which I can thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I like to hear. He takes a cigar out, clips the end of it, using his wand, and he sticks it in his mouth. He doesn't light it, he just starts chewing on it.
Say bye and start walking away.
Yeah, I'll see you around, kid.
I'm gonna ask Mr. Bali. So those are some very nice robes. Where can a man get a set of robes like that?
These are the robes of my predecessor. I took them once I killed him in fair combat. They are the robes of the head of House of York. I watch all of the new coming children, none of which you are, funny enough, even though this is your first semester here, I suppose.
It would be my first semester here. So you're saying the only way to get a pair of robes like that is to kill a man? Because could I just go ask a tailor?
It was a joke, child. I manufactured these robes myself when I was a very young man. I decided to grow into them one day.
I like that.
Thank you. I came up with that myself.
Saying that I'm ready to start looking around and stuff.
I was just gonna go up to Barnaby and be like, why am I here? I was in the woods, and now I'm here, and now you put me in a house. Where am I? What am I doing here?
He kind of chews his cigar, kind of looks at you, and he goes, well, you're a witch. Or, whatever you identify as. Some people are maguses, some people are magi, people are mages, people are warlocks and wizards and witches. I wouldn't recommend being a hag. I think that's mostly a choice, unless you get cursed, but, that's up to you, I suppose. But, yeah, you got magic in you, kid. I don't know if you did some kind of ritual, pissed somebody off. I don't know if you had magic in your blood to begin with, or you made some deal with a crazy higher plane entity. I don't know what you did, but you got that magic in you. And by that letter, I'd say you've had magic for a while. So I can't tell you why you're here, but I can tell you can learn quite a lot if you stick around. But as far as the woods go, that's a way. There's many ways. They all lead here. All to this school. The first
Barnaby Seltzer is Christopher Walken.
Oh, yeah, no, it's, this is the first school guy. The first magic school. I shoved it up my ass to get through the war.
For 3 whole months.
Oh my god. Christopher Walken is just such an absolute paragon of acting. I just
forgot he was in Pulp Fiction.
Back when I lived in New York. I mean, no, not New York, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. I loved him in Seven Psychos too. Seven Psychopaths, whatever it was. So good. Masculine. I love masculine.
It doesn't make any sense.
Such a good movie. I love that movie. So where the fuck were we? Barnaby. Yeah, you know, their ways. They all lead here. This is the first magic school. Not just the first one here. The first magic school ever. It's the first. We don't know if magic comes from here. We don't know if magic's kind of, made from this place. But this is where the best and the brightest go. There's only like 4,000 other of you. Kind of leans his chair back and puts his little tiny feet up on the table as he chews a cigar.
Just gonna be like, okay. And then go back to the group and be like, I think that's more than tobacco and that cigar. He's lost his mind. And follow them.
As you exit the Great Hall, you see a long corridor, a few doors here and there, labeled for closets or restrooms or what have you. There's no classrooms on this floor. At the end of this corridor, you see a grand set of stairwells, some going up, some going down, some reaching sideways and upside down. To your left is a courtyard. In the courtyard is a tall tower, and around this tower is wrapped a thick tree. Through the courtyard, you see other doors leading to other areas. To your right is the entryway, and you see the scarred remains of the door that once was. Out past it, you see the train departing, and beyond it you see the Eldmoor, connected to the Eldwild. This swamp reaches almost to the cusp of the school. It is a dangerous place, and you can know that by feel without anyone warning you of it. Where do you go first?
In the courtyard, are these plants like familiar to me? Or are they just like weird magical plants that I've never seen before?
This particular area is home to a number of plants that you have seen on your trek through the magical world so far. There's a few different species here. One in particular is honeysuckle, that kind of is sprung among the areas. There's also a small fountain, but there is no honeysuckle anywhere near the fountain. The fountain is peaked just out of the tower, so in the center. There's no honeysuckle in the center, but on the outside of the courtyard, there's honeysuckle arranged in a pleasing manner. The tree reaching up the tower is a yew tree. And I will remind you that the yew tree is very poisonous. Everything but the berry on the end of the seed pod, essentially. Only the berry is not poisonous, and you can absorb the poison by touching the wood. Yew trees do not normally grow this way, and you know that this tree's growth was accelerated and expedited by magic.
Is there any sort of circle around it like we saw near the bunny hill or whatever? The bunny run?
You see that there are, in this courtyard, there's various glyphs glowing blue in the air here and there. It doesn't seem as put together as the magic circle you found at the bunny run. Seems like it's been broken, kind of shifted. Glyphs kind of flash here and there. On the floor you find bits and pieces that are still shining, but most of it is thrown, kind of out of whack. The 5 of you are the only ones here, as far as you know.
Well, that's a sign.
Did you say the name of the swamp was the Eldwar?
The Eldmoor.
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 Can I feel the presence of the witchy lady that was staring at us through the brush?
Give me a brawn roll with your magic, DC 5.
Big money.
Fantastic. You feel a strange pull. Before you know what's happened, you're standing at the entrance of the school, gazing into the Eldmoor. And this is what Tetsuo sees. Deep, deep past the trees of the Eldmoor, at a large cliff, a glowing orb, and a blood-red woman.
Before she vanishes, do you need help?
The daughter under the trees speaks to you just for a bare moment and whispers, "The key is here," before subtly vanishing.
Raven, you like creepy shit, right?
Not at all. Not at all.
Well, then you're gonna hate this.
I was already jump scared by the picture that I've seen, and that's just me as a person, not as a character. A fantastic artwork, but a little scary.
Yeah, right? Isn't it? That's an AI picture. All this stuff is AI artwork.
AI knows something that we don't.
Oh yeah. You start putting in like semi-godlike terms, and they start sending back pictures of things that you didn't know existed, and you're like, "Oh, we've stumbled onto an eldritch entity like embedded in computer code. We've really fucked ourselves, guys." Like, they're coming whether we like it or not. I'm just happy we get interesting artwork out of it. So moving on. The tower, by the way, has a single round door on the back of it.
You said something about a winding tree.
It is a yew tree. YEW. Everything about the yew tree is very poisonous. Everything except the red fruit that squirrels and various things eat, birds. But you can absorb the poison through your skin. But most dangerous is if you ingest any of the yew. It'll kill you in a few hours, basically.
But
Climb
I'm
it?
not gonna climb it if it's poisonous.
Close the door, though.
You
just
want to try and maybe cast some magic, see if you can climb it without poisoning yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a grit roll plus your magic die. Oh, damn. You passed that check by more than 10. Go ahead and tell me exactly how you avoid the poison of the yew tree. She's starting to believe, Morpheus. And don't forget to use your magic, your wand.
I am going to use my magic. Tap my wand on my hand and be like, okay, let's see if this works. And point it at myself and kind of put myself in a big bubble.
Ooh. You're now covered in a bubble buddy aura. That's
Yes.
That's pretty accurate. So it's just this tad slimy. Because it's like positive pressure or whatever. It's like you believe that if something's constantly oozing off of you, the poison can't get into you. Which is true, but also you're dripping slime everywhere, which is weird.
I said it was like Vaseline.
Yeah!
It's thick.
That's
It's not
thick!
dripping.
But every time you touch something, it's like, oh, there's Vaseline there. That's how Vacheron works.
Like being in a Popeyes.
It's like being in a Popeyes.
Oh,
That broke me. I'm sorry. Oh, it's so funny. I've been trying to make Popeyes chicken for like forever, just using like homemade stuff. It's so hard.
The trick is just getting the spinach in there.
Popeyes jokes fucking kill me 100% of the time. If you want to derail me, throw a Popeyes joke at me.
Wait, could you rephrase that?
wow.
Say why?
What?
Huh?
What?
You said if you wanted to rail me.
Oh, if you wanted to rail me, that's pretty funny.
Exactly
If you want to derail me.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Anyways, I'm climbing up the tree.
You're all a bunch of perverts. No, so you climb up the tree. So you're climbing up the tree. Every so often, a branch will like shake and a red berry will like fall. And you see, before it hits the ground, you see a bird swoop down and grab the berries. Connor, Mr. Crowley has 100% just kind of like conglomerated from shadow on your shoulder and is like eating you berries, just like flitting around.
What are you doing, Mr. Crowley? Go to the top. Let me know if there's anything up there.
He caws and continues following by grabbing the yew berries as Raven drops them. How high do you climb, Raven?
So I'm thinking that I'm trying to see, like, to get the lay of the land. See my surrounding.
This is gonna be so cool.
And if I can't get tall enough, I'm gonna take my roach out of my pocket and like hold him up and be like, "What do you say?"
Okay, no, this is good. So you get roughly 80 or 90 feet up, you think.
Good God.
There's a slight wind that kind of is blowing. It's not cool, and you see that the castle spreads on and on and on into the distance. You don't see the end of the castle. You do see some towers and a few trees poking up, and there are a few things in the castle that hurt to look at.
Okay.
One of these is a large crater near the very center of the castle.
Crater.
There's a missing piece, and a jab of hot hits your mind whenever your eyes chance to gleam at it. Do you continue climbing?
Yes.
At around 160 feet or so, the wind becomes an actual challenge, so to speak. It's difficult to hang on this high up, and you see that the top of the tower is still very, very high above you. As you look out, you see there are things moving in the dark in and around the castle. And you know that you have come to a place that is both a bastion of knowledge as well as a terrible, terrible danger. This place is not entirely explored. You know this because there are no lights in the deep of the castle. And there's so much more than just a few thousand people could explore in a lifetime. You think that this place is ruined for a reason. So you think that this place has been ruined for a reason. You're not sure what the reason is. Do you try and continue up, or do you go back down?
I'm gonna go back down.
Okay. You see Mr. Crowley, the Raven, pass you as you go back down, and you see him being buffeted back and forth by the wind as he climbs and climbs to the top of the tower.
Say, Mr. Crawley, what goes on in your head?
That's great. So you reach the bottom. And do you divest yourself of your Vaseline covering?
Yeah, probably.
So it just kind of drips off of you, and you see it kind of swirl into a grate at the foot of the tower.
Good. Good.
You feel like all of your pores feel like they're really open. You feel like this has pulled a lot of stuff off your skin. It's like at a double benefit.
Let's check in with our dorms, and we'll meet back here at midnight.
Actually, I was gonna say let's go get a good night's sleep, and tomorrow maybe ask around a little bit about it during classes.
And currently it is roughly 11:30, so midnight's only about half an hour away.
Just be like, all right, we're here for bed, then immediately run out the window.
Yeah, basically.
Alright, I guess I'll call Mr. Crowley back.
Okay. He responds with, "I have reached the top. There is someone here.
Friend or foe?
I do not know." He flits down the tower and slowly comes to land on your shoulder. It took much less time for him to come down the tower than it took for him to go up the tower.
Well, according to my bird here, there's someone at the top of that tower.
Did he tell
Are they
you?
friendly or sorry?
That we don't know.
Does she have long hair and is waiting for a prince?
What does Mr. Crowley have to say about that?
Mr. Crowley squawks, says that it was a shadow thing. A person, but not a person.
They're probably up there for a reason. Let's go to bed. I'm tired. It's been a day.
Yes, let's go.
He's like, this
It's
is too much
fussy.
info. My brain. So you all trapeze off to bed. The dorm rooms are a series of doors leading to a series of stairs. To the dorms, you need to go through the stairway. Do you go through the stairway?
Well, that's the way we have to go, then yeah.
Seems logical. Captain.
Congratulations! It's time for a brains roll or a flight roll. Your choice.
Brains or flight. Magic or no magic?
Up to you. If you want to try and use magic. Okay. My word.
Do I need to roll that? Again?
Yeah, that's an exploding die.
Yeah, if you max roll, then roll again. Okay. Raven, go ahead and you can either add 2 to that to keep up with the group, or you can take an adversity token and we can RP some stuff here.
I'm gonna add 2.
Okay. Go ahead and subtract 2 from your adversity token pool. So you all managed to make it up the staircase. I say up the staircase, but in reality, when you go up, you realize that you're actually sideways, and for a moment you all have a feeling of powerful nausea as gravity rights itself in a different way, dragging you, and yet not dragging you. As you walk, you find gravity pulling you in various different ways, but your feet always stick to the stairs. Connor, Sabine, your hats both at various intervals threaten to fall off of your heads. Let's see. So you get to the dorms, which is a small, cordoned off section of the castle As you guys get close to the dorms, you see a dude with gray-green skin, round ears, and like a hoodie and like some khaki pants on, and a red and yellow ball cap. And he goes, "Oh, hey, how's it going, kids? So, who all's in what house?"
Elk.
Okay. Okay.
I believe I'm an elk as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I believe I am as well.
So I got 3 elks. You 2 also elks? Or you?
Razorback.
Razorbacks. Okay. How about you, kid?
I had it written down here which one was mine, but I can't.
Here's the Razorback Steward as
Yeah,
well.
that's what it was. That's what it was.
All right. Well, you're all new here, so before you go in, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you the reason that the various houses are called the way they are is because this place was given money by the various kings of England over the course of the several hundreds of years. And, kept this place running from time to time. In secret, though. So we named some houses after him. Seemed like the thing to do. He kind of brushes some non-existent dust off of his jeans, and he says, "All right, you put your hand on the door, and you say, 'I'm here for the Tudors,' or 'I'm here for the Yorks,' whatever house, and it'll take you to that particular dorm. And there's a set of stairs. The Hanovers are on the very top. The Yorks are at the very bottom. Tudors on the 2nd floor. Stuarts on the 3rd floor. There's a set of stairs that connects all the various floors. Girls on the right, boys on the left side. Don't push your luck, okay? Don't get nosy. Keep yourself to yourself, okay? If anybody, and I mean anybody, starts pushing themselves, you just let me know, and I will string them up by their fucking ankles in the middle of the Great Hall with everybody watching. All right. Anybody got any questions for Coach Whizzlewhip?
Coach?
You're going to have roommates?
And they were roommates. There's generally 2 beds to a room. You want roommates? Have a roommate. I don't know. There's as many rooms as there are kids, but most rooms have 2 beds. So, some people have roommates, some people don't.
What?
There's locks on all the rooms. A key will magically appear on a key ring on your person. So make sure you got a key ring.
What is the emergency on-site plan vis-a-vis fire?
A water charm?
Well, fuck me.
What
mate.
if this fire is of a different nature? Water cannot put it out.
Well, you would hope that, somebody like myself is on site to deal with the dark magical fire.
Who said it had to be magical?
You
What
did.
the fuck else kind of fire is there that doesn't, you don't have to deal with water?
Electrical fires, of course.
Thermite?
He kind of like looks around and he goes, "You think there's a lot of electricity here, kid?"
No, but you never know.
He kind of shrugs and he says, "It sounds like you guys are getting a little questionable. Why don't you, go to bed, huh?
Yes, Coach.
Yeah.
Getting real close to curfew now."
Being a coach.
It's 11:30. What the fuck curfew is this school?
Midnight.
Oh.
He lets you all in. You all appear in your correct dorm rooms as you grasp the handle. You don't have to open the door. Felix,
Yes.
you're a tutor. You're a tutor boy. Elka tutor. So you, Sabine, and Raven are all tutors. So the 3 of you are all in a hallway painted green with a stag elk motif all throughout the hallway. There appears 3 doors next to the 3 of you with your names all in brass plates. You can tell that the brass plates can be taken off the doors and that your things would move with the plate to wherever you take the plate.
If I were to, like, take my plate and go, like, to somebody down the hall and, like, slide mine in on theirs real quick just for a second as a prank, would my shit, like, drop in there and then I could take it right back out?
You can only have 2 brass plates in to a door at a time. So what would happen is that if you put your brass plate in to a door in which has only 1 brass plate, then your things would appear packed on one side of the room, like on a bed, and the other side of the room would be left alone.
Gotcha.
And all the things in the room would be left alone. You can't pull anyone else's plate out of a door.
Gotcha.
Tetsuo and Connor, as the 2 of you approach and grab the door handle, you are ported into a blue hallway motifed with flying winged pigs. Doors appear, one to your right, one to your both of them to your left, each one with one of your names on it.
Nice.
So, do you all go your separate ways?
Yeah, I suppose.
Are they going to be
back for breakfast in the morning, maybe?
Are they going to have adjoining walls?
Yes.
Cool. That means I can bang on the wall.
Hilarious. Sabine, Raven, you're the only other 2 here that could be roommates. Are you going to be roommates, or are you going to be separate rooms?
Be roommates?
Yeah.
And they were roommates.
And maybe you could magically tear down the wall between your 2 rooms, make it even bigger.
So, you guys are roommates, yay. You get a nice spacious room, 2 beds, and you guys know that if you wanted to, that the bunk beds would slide together or turn into a bunk bed or stay separate, but they will never be any bigger than a double bed.
Lame.
Yep. Because it's school, not everything could be perfect.
Infinite cosmic power. 80 living space.
Living space. Oh, man. So the next morning, at 5:30 in the morning, a paper slides under each of your doors. At 7:30 in the morning, a horn is played through the halls and a chime, and it is 7:30. Breakfast is now served. Does anyone stay in bed past 7:30?
No, I imagine I would be up a little before, maybe, if I knew that 7:30 is when breakfast was. And
Okay.
5
ready?
more minutes.
5 more minutes.
Just 5 more minutes.
Tetsuo
I'm
turns
up
over.
and out of bed, ready to go, spriteful, and excited for my day.
Fantastic. Each of the dorm rooms has an adjoining bathroom with a very simple shower and bathtub combo. But the bathtub is large enough for you to actually like sink down and soak in, like comfortably. But it's not like big enough for more than 1 person at a time. And it has like the various restroom capabilities, etc. Yeah. So you guys do your thing, get ready. Who all goes down to breakfast at 7:30? Who all like stays in bed?
I'll go down.
I'm down.
Got 2.
Yeah, I
to breakfast.
probably head to breakfast.
So Raven and Sabine also go to breakfast?
Yes.
Yeast peas.
All right. So the 4 of you enter the Great Hall. Tatsuo, how long do you sleep?
I'll say until either someone comes to wake me up or until my cassowary wanders back in and starts eating my hair.
Accurate. So at about 8:15 or so, the cassowary comes in and starts like pecking the shit out of you. So before then, we're going to take care of some stuff here. The Great Hall is full to bursting, massive, and outside the windows now you can see that the trees outside of the windows are of all kinds: chestnut, walnut, hawthorn, just hundreds of different kinds of trees, birch and oak, and you see them all swaying in the wind softly. But you don't hear a wind. The headmaster and the various other teachers are at the table. Headmaster Hevel von Bruin is sipping a heady mix of tea and berry juice. What's everybody gonna do for breakfast?
I want some blueberry pancakes, please.
A diner plate spins in, oblong, and 3 flapjacks stuffed to the brim with blueberries pops up, super fluffy, and a canister of butter, and there's a paper with a question mark on the other side of the oblong dish. Just a blue question mark on the piece of paper.
I like blueberry.
The question mark's basically just like, anything else, or is this all you want?
That'll be it.
Okay,
Start my
cool.
morning right.
The dish shrinks so that it's just big enough for like your pancakes and some syrup, and a maple syrup pottle pour thing appears, silverware, and slides to you.
Perfection.
All right.
Thank you, mystery chef.
Anybody else want some breakfast?
Get like some strawberry French toast with some scrambled eggs, some bacon, some sausage, maybe a biscuit.
So the biscuit, like a small biscuit with a slice of like Jimmy Dean style sausage, 2 pieces of bacon, a small amount of scrambled eggs, and 3 pieces of French toast covered in strawberries and powdered sugar.
That'll work.
All right. Slides to you with appropriate silverware. How about, yeah?
Yeah, let me get like 2 eggs over easy, some toast, 2 pieces of bacon, and a bowl of grits.
It all appears. The grits, though, don't appear to be seasoned in any particular way, and has a piece of paper with a blue question mark.
Butter.
A slab of hot butter hits the grits, and a salt shaker and a sugar shaker appear next to your grits.
Perfect. Salty grits.
There you go. The sugar disappears.
Take my seat.
Raven,
Yes.
what you want to eat, girl?
An omelet
What kind of
with
omelet?
sausage.
Sausage omelet?
Yep.
All right. A 3-egg sausage omelet appears, and a side of salsa, a side of ketchup, and a salt shaker all appear next to your plate.
Perfect. Can I get some coffee?
A large hoddle of coffee appears in front of you, and cups appear in front of you and all your compatriots.
I love magic.
A small piece of paper with a red heart appears and then disappears. After a little while, you guys are eating and talking amongst yourselves, and as people start to file out, you see Tetsuo appear, harried by the cassowary. Tetsuo, what you want to eat?
I'm gonna ask it for some of Nanny Tilda's shrimp and alligator etouffee.
Sir, you're a beautiful human being. I just want you to know. The rice, the sauce, the alligator, the shrimp, and you see a crawfish, boiled whole, and it's just slightly cracked, appears right next to your plate, along with a large plate with 4 pieces of garlic toast, and a tall glass of sweet tea.
Just like Nanny Tilda used to make.
This is arguably the best breakfast out of all of them that has been ordered so far, in my personal opinion. Anybody have any questions for Tetsuo as to why he didn't show up until like almost an hour after everyone else?
Oh, you must have been real tired, huh?
Well, I wasn't awake.
Did you get pecked this morning?
Did I get pecked this morning? Do you see this thing? Of course I got pecked. It's actively, like, trying to get my hair.
Every so often it'll just let off a screech and like pick like a piece of hair just like out of Tetsuo's head.
Why did you pick the cassowary? It seems like it just wants to kill you.
Stomps its feet a couple of times. All the people have filtered out of the Great Hall, essentially. All the teachers are going off. Your schedule says that your first class is in Greenhouse 5, and class starts at 9 o'clock.
What time is it now?
It's 8:58.
Let's get moving.
Ass.
All right. Everybody give me flight rolls. See if you can make it to class on time.
Sure.
No.
Non-magical?
If you want to try and give yourself a magical boost,
Why not?
DC is 5.
Made it.
I'll spend an adversity token.
Oh.
No.
All right. So 5, 10. You said you're going to spend 1. Everybody makes it to class.
I exploded. I have to do another one.
Tetsuo, you monster. All right, let's
Just
see.
like, do you remember that scene from what is that Chris Farley movie, Tommy Boy, when he's just like sprinting through like the bushes and cutting through like ridiculous places?
Mm-hmm.
Just full
So you
Ferris
guys-
Bueller. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry.
Exactly. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. So you guys managed to cut through the courtyard and get through a set of areas that you didn't even know existed before now. And you managed to make it outside onto the grounds in record time. Unfortunately, right outside the class are 3 miscreants.
Blinded me with science.
What's this like you?